Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Brienne from Beyond Creation, and as you can see from all of this stuff on my desk, we are starting a brand new project. This project is going to be something that I have never done before. I've seen lately with one of the local scrapbook stores, they are doing a canvas class, but it's a scrapbook canvas class. I didn't sign up for it just because it sold out before I had the chance, but they had some pictures of it and I was super inspired by that. So what we have kind of going on here is some 8x10 canvases. So I have two here. I have this one and I have this one, and I've kind of got two different ideas going through my head for these two. I am using the Simple Stories Bunnies and Blooms collection for this. I just thought it'd be really cute to have a couple of canvases done up and hang them for the springtime in my house. So I watched a couple of mixed media canvas tutorials and like project shares. So I have some inspiration going into this. I have some ideas and I was able to watch some techniques that are used. Ultimately, what I might do is on one of the canvases, I might end up doing just a more kind of traditional scrapbook layout on a canvas and just kind of see how that goes. And then on one of them, maybe not trying necessarily mixed media, because I don't have a lot of the mixed media products. Like I don't have the gesso, I don't have the glues or the paints or the spackles or anything like that, but I do have paper, I do have glue, I have little flowers, so I'm able to build up layers. I have embellishments here. I have some Pink Fresh Studio washi that I have put onto cardstock that I'm going to cut out. I have dies. I have embossing folders. So I think we'll be able to put something together where there's a lot of depth, a lot of dimension. I want to make it 3D. I want to make it fun, but without using necessarily mixed media traditional products. So I did try to find scrapbook specific tutorials for canvas on YouTube, on Pinterest. I looked on Instagram, and a lot of them were traditionally made like mixed media canvases, like a lot of the ones that the creators do for the Prima marketing. Those are stunning, stunning projects. Those canvases look really, really nice, but I don't know that I am a mixed media fanatic just yet. So I wanted to start with something that was a little bit more basic and in the realm of what I am comfortable with, which means using a paper collection, layering that paper collection, and then using the various embellishments like the enamel dots, the stickers. I have chipboard pieces. I have these other little chipboard stickers. There's also cut aparts in here. I have my Pink Fresh washi that I am going to die cut out. I was able to find in my stash these little word chipboard pieces that I thought might be fun to add in. I saw a technique that somebody used was to dip this into embossing powder and then to heat emboss these with whatever color that goes with your project. I might try that on these. And then I also pulled out, I have these Sizzix Thinlits. These are by Tim Holtz. I thought these might be a little bit fun for adding some borders, and I thought they kind of look a little like this one in the middle here and this bottom one look a little bit fancy, so I thought that might be cute to incorporate somewhere on one of these canvases. I also have these two dies that I thought might be fun just to add in some different shapes or some frames. I don't know, I just pulled them out. I have this little flower and this little piece of foliage here that I thought might be fun for adding layering, especially this one, actually adding in greenery because there is a bit of like light green in here, but my flowers don't have a whole lot of greenery attached to them. So I thought that might be fun to add in there. And then I also pulled out 3 different little embossing folders here. This is a Spellbinders one. This one, I am not actually sure where this one's from, but this one's kind of like polka dotty. This one I used on some cards recently, and I posted a link to something that was a little bit similar to this, so I pulled that one out just in case. And lastly, we have this diamond plaid I thought might go really well with this collection. One of the papers in this collection, actually, this one, is why I wanted to pull this one out. We'll see if I end up using this. I did pull out paper that I thought that I wanted to use, but I thought this was very similar to the pattern that was on this cardstock, so I thought this would go really well kind of with a layout that I come up with. So there's a lot going on here. What I think I am gonna do is I am gonna pull all of my Pink Fresh washi cardstock out, and I am going to get that all cut out using my die cut machine. I have an electronic die cut machine. It is by Couture Creations. So I am gonna get these cut first. I have the dies that go with that. If you're curious what these ones are, this one is the Joyful Bouquet. That is this roll right here. And then the other one is Painted Peony Mix. So that one is this one here. So let me just see. I'll grab a full one. So this is Joyful Bouquet. This one right here, that's Joyful Bouquet. And then the other one, this one is the Painted Peony Mix. That's that one there. So I'm gonna get those cut out first. And then I might go in and do a little bit of embossing just to create some things to work with. I might die cut these out of some cardstock as well, just to kind of get something to start with. And then I think I'm wanting to start with this paper here. I've pulled out these flowers, are just from the Dollar Tree, and then I kind of picked out this blue check, and then this floral I thought went really nice together. I think I'm going to start with that one, and then we'll see where we get to. Okay, so what we have here is I have a couple of fence pieces, and that I cut using these Sizzix Thinlits. I cut a whole bunch of these little foliage leaves, all of my Pink Fresh florals, and then I cut a few of these little glittery flowers. They didn't turn out, they're not really what I thought they were gonna be, but I did cut a few of those out. I was going to use these 2 dies here as well, but when I cut them out, I didn't love kind of what it turned out to be. I couldn't really see how it was going to fit. And then I also have my embossed paper. So I have this one, this diagonal stripe, and then the polka dots. I may also go back and do this in another shade, but for now, I think I am happy with this. I might go in and do it with like a creamy or like a white, something like this, just to lighten up the canvas a little bit, but I haven't quite decided if I'm wanting to go the pink route for that and kind of lean in towards that kind of springy pinky, or if I'm wanting to lean towards kind of a cleaner white look. Really, because we have kind of the peachy tones in here and kind of the oranges, I think I'm wanting to stick to that theme for this one. So I'm gonna cut out spring. And then these are tags, which might be super fun to make a tag and put on. But I want something that's more peachy, like this one, but I'm wanting to stay away from Easter. I want this to last all spring kind of thing. almost wondering if I can just change this one up just a little bit. Let me cut it out and then we'll play around with it. Now that we're going kind of this peachy route, part of me is wanting to find if there is perhaps something that might work better. So that's just too busy. And at least on here you can see it better. So I think I might actually go with that. We could create just like a cluster with some nice foam tape and get that nice depth. Maybe something kind of like that. Okay, so this is, I think, where I'm at and kind of what I'm liking for this, at least so far. There are a couple other elements I'd like to add. I'd like to kind of fill in this center with a few more of these flowers. I might want to add in another one of these little sentiments here. I'm not really sure what I'm thinking much further than this. I want to, I think, back this somehow. I want to bring in more of this foil onto this piece here somehow, and then punch this and then add a little ribbon. I think that would finish off the little tag piece really, really nicely. But for now, what I'm going to do is I am going to start gluing all of these pieces down. At least I want to get the base mirror cardstock with the check glued together. I want to get this embossed piece glued to the floral piece, and then I want to also get that adhered down to the base. And then from there, I am going to kind of fine tune the floral embellishments, the spring, the tag, and then the flowers that are up in the top right hand corner. So let's get adhering and then we will see where we're at. And before I glue this down, I did also just want to mention that I did take a picture of this as it is laying right now, just so that I actually accurately remember what I liked about this layout so far, and I can place everything the same way, or so that if I do determine that there is a nicer way that I like, kind of compare them and decide which I like better. All right, next, I think I am going to work on this tag. This was a scrap that I found that is barely big enough, but we can do a skinny border. Because the other scrap that I had, it is also like just a bit of a shade off, but I think once it's all together, it's gonna be cohesive. It's all gonna work together anyways. So I need to cut this 2.5. I need it to be bigger, like that. And that is going to give us our skinny border. So I'm going to glue that together. And then we are gonna just trim, well, as best as we can with our skinny borders. I'm gonna keep them all as even as possible. And then this is going to go at the bottom We are gonna wanna punch this. And I have my little eyelets here. I am just gonna use the white one. I think it'll just go the best as a whole. There we go. And I found this really cute ribbon that goes with everything that I thought might be super cute. How cute is that? I love that. So I am going to trim that side, tidy up that side. I think that's so cute. And that I am going to put on with double foam tape, I think. That will go on the bottom there, and then I was kind of playing around with flowers up here. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this. I am going to add my foam tape where I need it. Okay, so I want this in the center. So I am going to hot glue these pieces down. I want this up in the center. Like that. I might, now that that's there, just want to fill that flower in just like that. I also have some more pieces up here actually. Let's see. Yeah, I want it filled in with this one. And then this I'm gonna adhere down. I'm also going to hot glue that piece, that piece. Okay. Just there. Like that. And then I'm going to get that piece right there. Just like that. Now for the upper corner. I have a lot going on up here. I want to not disturb it as much as I can. Okay. Okay, so here is the finished product. I am obsessed with how this turned out. I love it so much. This project, I guess, would be considered more of a scrapbook layout type thing done on a canvas rather than mixed media. I mean, I'm also not really sure that a lot of the mixed media that I've seen has had a lot of paints and splatters and textured materials and smudging and inking and dyes and things like that. Whereas I am not that kind of crafter. I love paper. I love layered paper. I love depth. I love dimension. So there's so much depth going on because of the 3D flowers. And then I also used foam tape to raise up parts of it. And then also using my hot glue gun. That also adds not only stability, but it also adds in just that extra bit of depth that comes from using like a hot glue that hardens thick versus like using my art glitter glue, which dries really thin because it's water-based, whereas hot glue is not water-based. So it gives you that extra lift, which is great. So this was my first canvas project. I had so much fun doing this. I actually am so excited to start my second one, but I will put that into another video just because I feel like this one is going to be quite long, just based on how long it took me to put all of the components together and then actually decide where I wanted them and then finally gluing them all on. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this project. It was so much fun. I basically am obsessed with this process now, and I want to go right now to Michael's to get different sizes of canvases so that I can make different projects. I love scrapbooking. I love making albums, but I love that I'm now able to do something that turns crafting into decor and something that I can display around the house that's very different than a album or a card. Let me know if you liked this project, if you liked this video, if you want to see another. I mean, I will film another. I don't know if I'll film another process of the next one that I do or if it will just be like a project share, but let me know if you'd be interested in seeing another process video, kind of how I put this together. I know I didn't talk through this one. A lot of what, I mean, I can try and film a video where I speak my thoughts as I'm doing it, but I get very in my head and I change things around a lot, as I'm sure you saw. But let me know if seeing a thought process video would be something that you're interested in, and I cannot wait to get started on the next canvas and then sharing the final product of that one with you. So thank you again so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, because I know I did, and we will see you in the next creation video. Bye.